The Ebonite Galaxy lanes in Columbia, Tennessee. Nikki Gianulias advancing now to take on Marianne DiRupo. And a lane breakdown, Jan?
3 strikes, both lanes. She had the one open on lane 11, but she's really lined up, and that was the first frame. After that, she was in the pocket on both lanes. He talked about that match between the two of them where they tied. Nikki chopped the 610. Marianne struck out. That was the game right after Nikki's 827 series. And I think that really turned the momentum when Marianne struck out to tie her that match, because Nikki had just taken over the lead, and that really turned things around. I think had Nikki won that match, we might have seen a different top seed.
Well, she had the top seed, actually, top position going into the position round, but you're right. I think it gave Marianne DiRupo a lot of momentum. She came out, shot 279 in that position round game. Boy, a lot riding on this match. Nikki Gianulias, it's been 5 years for her.
You know, I was going to say, Marianne really honestly has to feel for her. I mean, of course, Marianne wants to win, but we talked about, 12 shows, and it had only been 2 years. Imagine 5 years without a title.
That's right, and we really have not gone through and computed out how many shows Nikki has made in those 5 years where she has not won. One was this year. She finished second earlier this year.
In Ashland, Kentucky.
And I believe she was the top seed there. Marianne coming up high.
Leaving the 3-6, and we've seen almost every player come up high on their opening shot.
Why is that, Jan?
They sat for a while. We did some things, championship frame and things, and sometimes you just get a little bit slow, maybe swell up a little bit, don't get out too clean.
Another big TV pair average. Marianne DiRupo from Succossana, New Jersey.
She's changing balls to shoot the spare.
5 years on tour, 5 national titles.
Marianne, very compact style, 4-step approach. Watch her footwork. Small steps. First opening steps big, then 2 smaller steps right there, pushing into a long slide. Great finish position. All the ladies on the telecast today with a good finish position. And Marianne stops quite a ways back from the foul line, but she's always done that. She's comfortable with that, and there is no risk of falling that way.
Marianne said she went through a lot of equipment this week. About 10 balls. She said she used them all.
And this really was not one of them she used throughout the week. She told me right before the telecast that she had to use different equipment tonight than she had been able to use earlier in the week.
I've noticed she is becoming very versatile. I mean, for a player, she reminds me a lot of Jeannie Nacarado, who used to do that a lot, was one of the best at being able to just pick up different balls immediately, use one ball, one lane, one on another, no problem, move to the pair, did the same thing. Really knew her equipment, and I think Marianne is trying to really get to that point, and actually has gotten to that point now. Nikki Gianulias with a strike in the second frame ties the match.
Nikki wanted to thank, we mentioned the changes she had made that Nikki was making. Marianne looking on right there. She wanted to thank John Jowdy. He helped her quite a bit. And Eddie Veltri, he was actually her eyes, she said. She knew what she wanted to do, but he was the one who was able to tell her if, in fact, she was doing it or not.
She took the whole summer off last year.
In '96, right?
To actually get it back together. She said it was just too difficult to be out here making the changes and trying to compete. Took the whole summer off, came back, felt good in the fall, and then it's carried over through into this year.
Watch her balance arm. Watch how she drops it back here at the very last minute. There she goes. That is something she did to try to straighten herself up and close her body down. She held that back, all the way back throughout the approach. Now she's gotten to where she just drops it at the last minute. Unfortunately, closed herself down a little too much on that shot.
Well, she said this week, though, the lanes played as if you could open up a little bit more and get away with it. So there was area to the right for the players, and that probably made her that much more comfortable to be able to do something she is used to doing.
Almost a 212 average this year. She's ranking amongst the top in averages right now, actually in 7th.
And that has been a big turnaround. Last year, she did not rank in the top 25 in either of the money categories or the point categories. And there's Bill Supper on hand, from the Vice President of Ebonite International. Good work, Bill, there. I know you've been on a great fitness program, losing a lot of weight. I laughed as he walked in the bowl and said, hey, can't order a salad, no low-fat dressing here.
Yeah.
Fire them.
He looks great. He's done a lot for women's bowling. Great supporter of the tour.
And Marianne DiRupo slapped out the 10-pin. Well, she takes an early lead in this match with a double in the third. And she is apparently asking for a re-rack.
If you'd like to come out and bowl with any of these ladies, there are still openings for next week's Pro-Am, Sunday, August 31st, and it's at Sports Plus Bowl in Lake Grove, New York. You can contact the center at 516-737-8881. Sign up and join us.
That's right. You know, a lot of people always feel that they're bowling against the pros in these Pro-Ams, and you know what? That's not the case. You actually are bowling with the pros. They are your partners, so don't be afraid. Come out. The ladies are, you know, a lot of fun to bowl with, very personable, and have a chance to meet and talk to them on a one-on-one level. Hey, you might get some pointers for your game, too. They're usually pretty good about giving a little direction. Meanwhile, Marianne has not only re-racked once, Jan, she re-racked twice.
That's her 2 re-racks for this match, which if she would want any more, she'd have to go to Rick Ramsey, our tournament director, and he would have to grant that re-rack.
Well, we'll see if it pays off. And apparently it does. And look at Brian Purcell, the technical coordinator for Ebonite International. Brian also very instrumental in working with Leanne Barrett, I believe.
That's right. Leanne mentioned he's the one who told her how to play this condition. You know, if you're a proprietor sitting at home also, and you would like to host a tournament, regional or national, contact the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour in Rockford, Illinois. It's 815-332-5756.
That's right. Plenty of opportunities to have these ladies visit your center. Nikki Gianulias coming up light and does so. And Randy, I'm going to mispronounce it, Stoughton, Ebonite Southeastern District Sales Manager. And Randy, I apologize. I should know that. I just always called you by your first name. What do they see, Jan, here now? Nikki's taking a re-rack. Is this something that they really see something, or trying to get some time?
From the angle we're at, I can't see anything. This rack looks good. I just saw that last one at the last second.
You mentioned the phone number, Jan. There it is on the screen. Get your pen and paper out. 815-332-5756.
Or if you want information on tournaments, anything you need regarding the Ladies Pro Bowlers Tour, give them a call.
Also, the Adopt a Pro fan club is available through that number. And Nikki Gianulias gets a double of her own as she cuts down Marianne's lead to just 10 pins.
There actually is another number you can call directly for the Adopt a Pro if you'd like to purchase it at 940-529-6272. $22, including postage and handling.
Marianne DiRupo, 20 wins.
11. Right, and 1 tie. That would be against Nikki. If we'd see a tie tonight, we'd have a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
And Marianne DiRupo continues to strike here. And she increases her lead again to 20 pins.
Very high backswing. Marianne throwing hard all week, out to about the 6th board, ball finishing hard. A lot of back-end reaction for Marianne.